Hi, this is Panzer-13. This video here is going to contain my latest diorama I just finished, which I've titled Firefight. It's a diorama of a section and parts of units of Grossdeutschland's March to the Dawn, and it contains two artillery Panzer IVs, an older Panzer IV F1 and more recently issued to the unit Panzer IV F2. They're both artillery kits. And I actually, when I originally planned the diorama, I was going to only include the Panzer IV F2. But once I positioned it in the diorama, and you'll see in a little bit when the pictures come out in the video, that I was going to have a big open space in another part of the diorama, and I said, well, you know, most of the time I like to put multiple vehicles in my diorama, so why not let's have two vehicles. And it was at that time, about maybe 9 months ago, that I decided that I would build the Panzer IV F2 and also add another 6 figures, which took the build time to a little over a year. I'm satisfied with it. It is a full action diorama, and I'm going to touch off on that. I want to welcome all of my Facebook friends to the video, because this video is going to go on Facebook, but I want to touch off on the fact that there are a lot of, not a lot, there are several people on almost every page on Facebook that, and when you see the diorama you'll understand, instead of looking at the accomplishment that has been made, because I believe I'm pulling something off here that hasn't been done, they are trying to correct me because of experiences they've had. The problem with that is that, and it's not a problem, I appreciate it. One guy got really rude and stuff, so I had to block him out because I don't like, and I'm going to touch up on that too, I don't like rivet counters that never post any work and like to feel free to criticize or try to correct someone else's work. And when you respond back, sometimes other members look at that as you being rude or whatever. Well, my point is this, Mr. Rivet Counter. If you're trying to correct me and trying to claim that the work and this and that, put your work, post it, so that we may give you helpful hints that you may or may not like. And therefore, goes back to the point where on the modeling page, one of the other members was receiving really rude and bad a bad treatment from another a rivet counter, and the administration there decided to cancel the rivet counter, which is rightfully so. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything. Let me tell you, and it's frustrating to me that I've seen work that's not up to my skill level. I never say anything. If I'm not going to say something nice, I just don't say it. But it's not up to my skill level, and yet they're getting great comments and stuff like that. And sometimes they get, but when I put something out, and I know it's these trolls, because that's what they are. They're trolls. It's jealousy because you're not to the skill level, and I'm showing you something that you never thought was possible on my dioramas. It's all jealousy that's talking, because if you don't post any work and you're not up to the skill level, how can you even speak? If you're not going to say something nice, don't say it, especially to the members with lesser skill level. Because let me tell you, I'm not afraid to come at you. I don't care who sees it, says it. Somebody told me I think I know it all. No, I don't know it all. But I know what I'm posting because I've studied it and because I've done it. Now, the rivet counting in question is of my MG34, which you'll see in the diorama here, and how the rounds, the cases are being expelled sideways and downwards. I've got several people saying I'm a reenactor, or I shoot, or whatever. I hate to tell you, I've shot the real thing too, and I shot it at the level, and I've studied countless of video on YouTube where the gun is elevated to a certain level, and 90% of the rounds went sideways and downwards. Yes, a couple of them dropped straight down. On the next diorama, I promise I'll post some dropping straight down for the naysayers. But from what I've seen, when I've shot it in Arizona and what I've seen on the videos, is that they go downward and sideways. So that's what I modeled. Now, you know, I'm getting people overlooking everything else and trying to correct me on this. Never mind that I pulled off something that nobody's done before, which is the rounds in midair. Even in person, you're going to see right now that you can't see what's holding them up. I thoroughly thought this out. I thoroughly, how can I tell you? I thoroughly studied it. And what the rounds are, because a lot of people are asking me, is the Schmeitzer MP40 9mm cases that are flying out are thin copper wire cut to length. And the way I cut them to length is I took a Schmeitzer from Tamiya where the stick is hanging down, and I would put the wire 3/4 of the way and cut it. 3/4 of the way and cut it. Yes, it's tedious and it's time consuming, and I had to have a lot of patience, but the results are excellent, as you've seen right here. So excellent that even the people that normally shoot them is baffling their head because they're bringing it to my attention. The MG34, the same thing. It's thin copper wire that I used from an old headset from a Walkman or whatever, and I twisted it in many different ways, and I painted it black, gluing the rounds before I painted it black, painting the rounds while they were glued on there. You have to remember how things work, and once you figure out how things work, everything else is gravy. Black is the absence of color. It fools the eye. Even in real life, in person here, you can't see the wire. It's so thin and minute, and painted black blends with the ground. And this was the perfect setting because it's in tall wheat grass. So therefore, it even helps it even better. I'm doing an anti-aircraft one right now where there's not going to be any tall grass. And I'm going to use the same method, and I'm going to see if I can pull it off there. The results, I'm very happy with them. Sorry that everybody's not happy. The dioramas here, again, is going to be Grossdeutschland, March to the Dawn. And then I'm going to have my 2nd SS Panzer Division at Yefremovka in their Martyr 3. And then the third diorama will be 3rd SS Panzer breaking out to the west in 1944. One of their tigers in their tiger company. I hope you enjoy them. Rate, comment. You know, even negative comments, I don't care. If you want to dialogue, we'll dialogue. We'll go back and forth all day long. I do these videos for my Facebook friends. And I do the videos that I do because they ask me how to do it. And I will be doing a figure painting one, and I will be doing a fire special effects one, and I will be doing the rounds here because apart from the 3 or 4 guys on the Facebook pages, everybody else seems to love them. So I'm going to continue. I'm working right now on a Pacific diorama with M4 Sherman, Marine Corps M4 Sherman, also firing in full recoil. 30 caliber will be going up. So you're going to see a lot of the same. I had a guy tell me that he doesn't like the effects. Are all my dioramas going to have effects? No. Are a lot of them? Yes. And to me, it's like, get used to it. I mean, the days of just static dioramas is just boring. You know, I'm going to touch off on that too. You know, Shepard Payne and Verlinden and their techniques were great in the 70s into the 80s, and they were great people. The time has come and gone. The judges at contests have to get more future, more familiar, get caught up with the times. It's too advanced for them, and that's why they don't like it. Oh no, never mind that the effect looks very realistic. And in the setting that I placed it, it looks very realistic. There's a lot more where that came from. I believe that action dioramas are the wave of the future, which is why I broke out in 2002 with my Leningrad KV-1 blowing up the Panzer II with the fire going in the air. I'm the first guy to ever pull that off, freestanding fire and all of that stuff, and I'm going to continue to do this. These videos, again, are for my friends. I hope you enjoy the videos. I hope you enjoy the dioramas. Rate, comment, PM me for any questions, and I will be doing a lot more. Up until then, happy modeling. We'll see you on Facebook. I want to give a shout out to my friends on Modeling World War II Facebook page, World War II Diorama Art Facebook page, and the Tamiya Facebook page. Shout out to all my friends there. You're great people. I love commenting back and forth. I'm glad to help you whenever I can. Happy modeling, and Panzer Kiel out.
Soldaten durch die Stadt marschieren, öffnen die Mädchen Fenster und die Türen. Ein Warm, ein Arm, ein Warm, ein Arm, ein Kuss gegen den Gin, Rassapum, Rassasam. Ein Kuss gegen den Gin, Rassapum, Rassasam. Zwei Farben Tücher, Schnauzbach und Sterne, Herzen zum Küssen, die Mädchen hast du gerne. Ein Warm, ein Arm, ein Warm, ein Arm, ein Kuss gegen den Gin, Rassapum, Rassasam. Ein Kuss gegen den Gin, Rassapum, Rassasam. Wenn die Soldaten durch die Stadt marschieren, öffnen die Mädchen Fenster und die Türen. Ein Warm, ein Arm, ein Warm, ein Arm, ein Kuss gegen den Gin, Rassapum, Rassasam. Ein Kuss gegen den Gin, Rassapum, Rassasam. Zwei Farben Tücher, Schnauzbach und Sterne, Herzen zum Küssen, die Mädchen hast du gerne. Ein Warm, ein Arm, ein Warm, ein Arm, ein Kuss gegen den Kinder bis zum schwarzen Meer. Vorwärts, vorwärts, vorwärts nach Osten zu stürmen her. Freiheit das Ziel, Sieg das Spanier. Hörer Befehl, wir folgen dir. tanzen Freude macht und das Herz im Leibe lacht. Oh, du schöner Westerwald, über eine Höhe treibt der Wind, so kalt, so auch der kleinste Sonnenschein bringt mich ins Herz hinein. Wenn die Soldaten durch die Stadt marschieren, öffnen die Mädchen Fenster und die Türen. Ein Warm, ein Arm, ein Warm, ein Arm, ein Kuss in den Kinn, Rassapum, Rassasam. Ein Kuss in den Kinn, Rassapum, Rassasam. Zwei Farben Tücher, Schnauzbach und Sterne, Herzen zum Küssen, die Mädchen hast du gerne. Ein Warm, ein Arm, ein Warm, ein Arm, ein Kuss in den Kinn, Rassapum, Rassasam. Ein Kuss in den Kinn, Rassapum, Rassasam.
Wir standen für Deutschland auf Osten und liebten die große Macht. Und hielt sich die Sonne im Osten und trug die Periode zur Stadt. Von Kinder bis zum schwarzen Meer, vom